Okay, Muta. Okay, Muta. We don't care. Do not come back. Good riddance. I hate this, man. You cannot take these strong stances and leave it up in the air. You literally can't. For being such a worthless, morally bankrupt loser. So he can gloss over it and never take a position. It's so worthless, dude. Dude, I feel so uncomfortable right now. I feel like I'm like in a like watching a conversation I shouldn't be seeing, or no one cares how good of a friend you are. These things happened publicly. They should be discussed publicly. So, updates on the Mutahar situation. Let's try and do all of them, okay? Let's try and do all of them. One go. So, Mutahar deleted the video, the Nuxtaku video, as you are all aware, I'm sure. Or you may not be, but I'm sure most of you are. Mutahar deleted the Nux video, post-Nux clarity, because, well, we don't entirely know why. He regretted it, okay? It wasn't received well by anyone, so obviously he regretted it and took it down. Now, he made 2 community posts. He made one, then he edited it to make it way longer. We're going to read through both of those first, and then we've got some statements by Nux, and then we've got the latest episode of Nux's podcast with his female VTuber counterpart, where he's going to talk about it a bit. So, here we see Mutahar's first statement on his embarrassing behavior. Incredibly embarrassing behavior. Remove the Nux video. While I can't be a friend to Nux with some of the questionable things that have surfaced, I still apologize for the collaborations I took place in, and don't aim to repeat those same mistakes. I'm sorry. So, this is in a horrible broken English. Despite saying while, there's no, like, inverse statement. It makes no sense as a post. But whatever, he changed it. So we won't get too hung up on the wording of this, because there's another post. Regarding the last video about Nux, while I can't be a friend after some of the recent things that have surfaced, I do feel I did do an overreaction that stemmed from being emotional on the reaction from the community on Reddit. So, an overreaction. What does he mean by an overreaction? Was he saying things, did he say things in that video he didn't believe? Did he fudge the facts? Did he take stronger stances than he meant to? What does he mean by he overreacted? How did you overreact? Exactly, he didn't get the response he was expecting, so now he's backtracking. Yeah. It wasn't about an overreaction. Explain to us which parts of those video you don't believe. Because Mutahar said so much stupid in that video. Like, obviously, it's absolutely insane for him to talk about how, what was it? 18, even going on 19-year-old anime characters are still lolly, even if they look that age. So you shouldn't engage with that stuff. Yet he's got videos of him gushing about high school anime. He's got videos actually gushing about this high school anime dropout or hentai. So it's just absolutely insane. Like, I don't believe that he thinks. I don't believe him when he says he thinks that. He obviously doesn't. He never did. It's just the most. It's just like such spineless behavior. It's so clear that he's just trying to get the right take. He's not trying to give his take. He's not saying what he actually thinks about these things. He's just aiming to get the right position publicly, the one that lets him come out most unscathed. No, I don't believe he does think it at all. I don't believe he thinks it at all, because he's watched that shit himself. He knows he gets off that shit. So what? He thinks he's a pedophile. That Mutahar's position is that he is a pedophile. Okay. I've been watching my content for the past few weeks. I've realized my channel slipped into a slop channel. So this is just like the most embarrassing, like, non-point, like, deflection in the world. Sorry, guys. The quality of my content has really slipped. It's not about the quality of content, Mutahar. It's about a long pattern of unprincipled, unintelligent behavior. Whether it's Mama Max or Nux. I have made more drama-related content over the last several months than I have fun, engaging, and informative content. That includes producing videos that don't release daily. I need to take more time and release content a couple times a week that stands out in quality and not quantity. So, this is just like, he's doing the exact most critical thing. Saying, guys, I'm taking a step back. No more drama, guys. I can't hack it. No more drama. I'm taking a step back. I'll be doing the content I really care about now. Like dildo reviews. It's great to see, though. I'm happy with it. I couldn't be happier. I have not thought about Moist Critical barely at all in like 6 months since Nico chased him off. I have not thought about Moist Critical to any substantial amount in a long time. And it's pretty great. We just less of these milquetoast, slop, dog shit, retard YouTubers. Less of them talking about drama. Thank you. I don't do this for a job, so honestly, going out of my way to constantly chase trends has done nothing beneficial for me other than alienate my most hardcore fans. I had to take a few days off and reset and produce better content that isn't the latest trends or internet drama. While that produces a good view count, it's not the kind of content I want to be known for. I'll be back with content that I'm proud of. In regards to past collaborations, all I can do is apologize and promise to do better. Okay, Muta. Okay, Muta. We don't care. Do not come back. Good riddance. Do not come back. So, where do we go from here? Well, I saw J-Stalk and Nicandros and others posting this clip to Twitter. So let's have a look at this. This is what Nux had to say the very next day.
Muta deleted his video, posted a community post, and then called me, and apologized.
So we're hearing that? Let me just turn it up for you guys.
Muta deleted his video, posted a community post, and then called me, and apologized.
So that Muta called Nux to apologize for that video. Apologize for what? What is Muta's apology for there? I thought Muta said in that video, he was like, Nux, a former friend. I'm not friends with this guy anymore. What are you apologizing for? What did he say in that video that was untrue or slanderous or unfair? What was it, Mutahar? You have to say what you said wrong. He says in that video, I'm all about accountability and not running from things. That's why I'm putting this. That's why I'm putting this video up to address it all. Well, you have to contend with the fact that you're claiming you overreacted, but you're not explaining what parts of that video you don't believe. What do you actually think? It's the most spineless shit in the world to just take this shit down, say, sorry guys, I fucked up, and then never talk about it again. It's so absurdly spineless. And he literally claims in that video that he's doing this all because, oh, I want to take accountability, and I don't want to contribute to the environment of ignoring criticism on the internet. That's something I never want to be part of in my career. You're a fucking liar. You're a total snake. Absolutely one of the most worthless, unprincipled people in the world. And I will take a small victory lap. I was right. I was right this whole time. Just saying I was right. And I kept pressing people. I pressed Nick many times. I was like, yo, Nick, that Muta guy's retarded. Nick's like, no, Muta's cool. Muta's cool. Muta just has blind spots for his friends. I heard Chud do a little bit of that earlier. I heard, oh, you can't just burn your friends immediately. And that's true. You can't just burn your friends immediately. You can't just go crazy at them and start going after them. However, you can be realistic. You can try and engage with the positions they've got. You can try and, like, you know, actually listen to what your friends say. And if they're saying something that's incongruent with their behavior, you can say, hey, I think despite you saying that, you don't do that thing. If you don't want to argue about it, you don't have to argue about it. You have to make a million videos about it. But just, you know, be real and say it. Take a moment to think and acknowledge what's going on and go, this Mutahar guy goes on about how much he cares about investigation, how much he cares about research, how bad he thinks misinformation is. He sucks off Destiny all the time. Says how amazing Destiny is for combating misinformation of people like Hassan. Yeah. He somehow repeated false pedo allegations from Momo Max, smeared the victims of Momo Max, who tried to come out against him for abuse, propped up Momo Max and referred to him as Batman, and then claims he did no research. But then there's videos of him saying that he had actually seen the videos. There's videos where he admits to having seen some of the videos. Wow, it seems like these things are totally incongruent, don't make any sense together. It seems like the guy's like kind of lying to save his own skin. Like he's totally lying to save his own skin. No, you don't have to cut off a friend over that. You don't have to blow him up, but just go, oh yeah, I think Mutahar's probably trying to cover himself there. He's like lying. He's lying and he's trying to avoid getting fucked over. But no, it wasn't that. It's, oh, Muta just has a blind spot for his friends. Muta just has a blind spot for his friends. It's like, that doesn't fly. That I have a blind spot for my friends. That justification does not fly. When you're talking about, like, repeatedly echoing, like, false pedo allegations, smearing someone's victims and then betraying your own values, assisting some guy who has made his entire career off of distributing drawn CSAM to children. I feel like there's just enough there when you actually look at it to go, wait, this guy's fucking worthless. This guy's like actually spineless. If you really sat down and looked at it, there is enough there to show that he has completely betrayed some of the principles that he should hold most closely, most dear. He failed to research anything to do with Mama Max for years. And he wants to be like a YouTube investigator. He wants to be like a CoffeeZilla or a Carl Jobst, right? Or he's put himself in that arena several times. So he completely failed to do any research on that. He wants to be like a pedo hunter. Because he does like the Club Penguin stuff, taking down the Club Penguin pedo stuff and all this stuff. And yet, he has supported a guy who pumped out Lolly onto YouTube and supported a guy who was faking pedo hunt cases. Okay, so that's the two things that are most relevant to his YouTube career. He's completely betrayed those principles. Then he goes on about how he wants to protect kids, how he thinks lolicon's really bad because it's a risk to kids. It sexualizes kids. Surely that's one of the things he cares most about, protecting kids, you know? Everyone cares about protecting kids, right? And people on the internet really care about it. But you can't uphold that either. Like, at what point do you just say, oh, this person is betraying so many of their principles, they obviously don't have any. But for some reason, it took, what, how long? A full year since the Mama Max stuff for people to cotton onto this. None of this is new talking points. Mutahar's crash out right now is not required to demonstrate any of this. It was obvious 6 months ago. It was obvious 12 months ago. Anyway, let's finish this clip.
Yeah, anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Basically, the TLDR is, people bullied Muta into making a hit piece on me. And, it backfired, like, super big time. Like, super mega fucking big time. I mean, sort of backfired. Dude, I got some pretty fucked up DMs because of this situation. People are reaching out being like, Nux, are you associated with child porn? And it's like, wait, what? No. Obviously not.
I mean, it depends how you define child porn. By the definition you guys will use, you are. Because they would call, you know, lolly, like drawn CP, or they say it's CP. They say it's a form of CP. So by plenty of these definitions, you are associated. You are. Yeah, in Canada, where he lives, it is. Now, obviously, I don't think it is CP, because I wouldn't put, sorry, CSAM, because it's not pornography, it's abuse material. I don't think it's CSAM, because I would never cheapen the idea of material that can only be produced through the sexual assault of a child to being morally equivalent to a drawing, me personally, but I know a lot of people would. And by those people's definitions, you absolutely are associated with CP.
Basically, the TLDR is, people bullied Muta into making a hit piece on me. And, it backfired, like, super big time. Like, super mega fucking big time. I mean, sort of backfired. Dude, I got some pretty fucked up DMs because of this.
You know, you actually possibly could make that argument, Wargaming Dad, that Lolicon is CP, it is child pornography, but it's not child sexual assault material, sexual abuse material. Because there is no sexual abuse, right? It is not the material of a sexual abuse. You could possibly make that argument. But I just don't think it's worth... I don't think there's any utility to the term child porn. I think CSAM is what we're... CP is like it's like an outdated... It's an antiquated term, really, that I don't think there's any use for, really. Yeah, exactly. Porn is too sexual a term. Exactly. You shouldn't use that to describe abuse material. Right?
This situation. People are reaching out being like...
It implies, like, consent and payment.
I mean, sort of backfired. Dude, I got some pretty fucked up DMs because of this situation. People are reaching out being like, Nux, are you associated with child porn? And it's like, wait, what? No. Obviously not. I mean, Keemstar's cool about that. He basically tweeted out that he thinks I'm a pedophile or something. Which is pretty cool. Classic Keemstar maneuver. Zero, evidence or information or anything. Like, they were trying to cancel me for lolly porn, which is ironic because I've never supported lolly porn. And also ironic.
No, you just made your career on it. You just made your career on lolly porn of displaying it on your YouTube channel. Having comments linking to it on your YouTube channel, feeding it to your audience of teenagers. And it's not even feeding it to an audience of teenagers either. As in, like, it's not that he had an audience of teenagers and they started doing it. It's like it is content specifically tailored to garner an audience of teenagers. It's like exactly what teenagers will click on. It's their favorite characters from anime and TV, oftentimes in sexualized situations, like on a thumbnail with bright colors, a shocked VTuber face, and it's about like trolling and collaborating with other big YouTubers. It's like the absolute, like if you distill down, like the most hyper-targeted sexualized content for males aged 13 to 18, that's Nux Taku's content. It is like the platonic form of that content. It is the most pure, like, manifestation of this is for teenage boys. But then you're also featuring lolly, which is like, which obviously comes with all the negative effects that people like Nux, people like Muta will claim it does. Even I mean, we did a lot of reading on lolly the other night. There are negative effects. Like, there are negative effects to people going through their, like, teenagers and prepubescent children who are going through, like, starting sexual development and see forced, coercive, or violent pornography. That can have an impact. So that you probably should not be targeting this stuff towards that age group, frankly.
Basically,
like, even just as my personal standards.
Tweeted out that he thinks I'm a pedophile or something. Which is pretty cool. Classic Keemstar maneuver. Zero, evidence or information or anything. Like, they were trying to cancel me for lolly porn, which is ironic because I've never supported lolly porn. And also ironic because their definition of lolly porn is hentai in a high school setting. That's right. Literally every hentai. That's right. Are you a fan of My Hero Academia? You might be a pedophile.
Wait, is he talking about Muta's video there?
Setting. Definition of lolly porn is hentai in a high school setting. Definition of lolly porn. And also ironic because their definition of lolly porn is hentai in a high school setting.
No, that's Muta's definition of lolly. No, that is Muta's definition.
That's right. Literally every hentai. That's right. Are you a fan of My Hero Academia? You might be a pedophile. Anyway. So, I got some classic people harassing me and stuff and shit like that, but that'll pass. I think anyone that actually looks at things rationally will know that none of this is real.
Which is not real. It's all evidenced. It's all there. It's all on video. It's laid out. It's literally, it's all on video. None of it is speculation. None of it is made up. It's on fucking video.
Actually looks at things rationally will know that none of this is real. And anyway, it's pretty shitty stuff, basically. I don't want to fucking dive into it right now. I'm gonna have a stream where we talk about things literally as far away from us as possible. And I am talking about...
Dude, he's such a bitch. He's so thin-skinned. It's so clear how fucking upset he is right now. We're gonna talk about things as far away from me as possible. Shut up. I need my Nux Wiggler. There we go. That's better.
Korea. That's right. We're going.
God, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. Hey, let me tell you how much I've grown to hate. Okay. Let's go to Noxanor, because we have a podcast to watch. So,
Gentlemen,
guys, I have terrible, terrible news to bring you. We will be watching this podcast, unfortunately. I know, we've tried to watch it before. We've tried to watch, like, every episode of this, and we never make it more than 5 minutes, because it's the most severe psychological torture that has ever been devised. There are, you know, fucking Al-Qaeda members who have left CIA black sites less traumatized than viewers of this podcast. It's fucking heinous. It is genuinely fucking heinous, man. It is so unfathomably bad. This bitch is so annoying and stupid. So annoying and stupid. And obviously Nox is Nox. So guys, please settle in, because this is going to be rough. This is going to be really rough.
on female gentlemen, we have something of an episode on our hands today. This is my co-host of my newest venture, the Unhinged talk show, Hermes. She's tolerable sometimes.
He's lying to you.
And here I am, me. So I made this joke in the first episode of our podcast, whatever you want to call this venture.
First episode.
I made a joke.
What, are we not allowed to say podcast anymore? What do you mean?
What's wrong with podcast?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you keep saying venture. It's a podcast. We hanging out. We chilling.
It's not a podcast, okay? Podcasts are supposed to be fun and wholesome and not stressful, and you are in the call. Therefore, it is not wholesome nor unstressful.
And she's just like, okay, so I've heard about this. This bitch is eating fucking chips. She's stuffing her fucking face the entire podcast. But mouthful the entire time. What is it, man, with female VTubers? What is it, man? They always have fat voice. They're always stuffing their fucking face. They're always burping on fucking mic. It is disgusting. We need a complete and total shutdown, okay?
The embodiment of all the words you just said collided into one creature.
Anyway, she's crazy, and I have to say, personally, that on the first episode of our podcast that we did together, I made a joke saying that there's about a 40% chance that Hermes will backstab me.
50.
And then we bumped it up to 50. But ironically,
yeah, because I was gonna fuck him. Yeah, because I was gonna fuck him and his wife, so it went up to 50.
Are you eating? Mm-hmm. You were I was literally talking to you for like the last hour. You weren't eating. We start recording and you're eating.
Pretty much.
Unbelievable.
It's that kind of. It's gonna be that kind of. Everybody, take notes, please. I'm just leading the pack. This is.
She's live right now. 22 viewers. Like 22. This podcast got 100K views. She's a talent agency plant. You know this, right, guys? She's like with this talent agency, Mythos. Why are you playing this dog shit? Why are you playing this dog shit Overwatch when Marvel Rivals is out in 50 minutes? Guys, by the way, I'm going to put up a dono goal, actually. You know, I'm going to put up a dono goal. Okay, this is very important stuff. We're going to put it on for, like, some time. I won't end stream to go play Marvel Rivals. Okay, there's a dono goal up, guys. Very important stuff. So she's on a 100K view podcast, and she's got 20... Oh, sorry, not 22 viewers around. 77 viewers. This baffles me, man. These people, talent agency, handed a spot on Nux's podcast. All the opportunity in the world, and no growth. And no growth. It's just Frogan all over again, man.
It's gonna be this kind of episode, guys. Everybody get your popcorn. I got sunflower seed. Oh, no, my bad. I'm sorry, I lied.
He owns the agency. What? Nux owns the agency. Mythos Talent Agency.
This is extortion.
Thank you for the $10. Oh, well, no, 15 Australian, it looks like, Louis. Thank you. He's an owner. So they're trying to make these VTubers work. Should we have a look? Which one is this? Hermes. Yo, thank you for 10 euros, Q. And thank you for the $4.99 Tommy Boy. Thank you so much.
Cavalry, you say? Look who's dared behind the velvet curtain, where every step is a gambit's dancing, only the clever.
She doesn't voice like that on the voice act like that on the podcast, does she? Where's that? Where's she putting the voice acting effort in the podcast? Stop stuffing your fucking face and put some effort into it. The fuck?
Because I was gonna fuck him. Yeah, because I was gonna fuck him and his wife, so it went up to 50.
Are you eating?
Ever managed dancing only the clever? Ever managed to last? Hermes is my name, and mischief is the game. Welcome to the...
Hermes will backstab me.
50.
And then we bumped it up to 50. But ironically,
Yeah, because I was gonna fuck him. Yeah, because I was gonna fuck him and his wife, so it went up to 50.
Are you eating? You were lit. I was literally talking to you for like.
Also, steampunk shit sucks. Can we say this? Steampunk is like the gayest fucking like aesthetic. It's like one of the worst aesthetics. It's like it had a time and a place, I feel like. I think what that one airship game.
Who enjoys watching these?
Is the only good use
Does
of it.
anyone know anyone Earl who watches avatars 200 pounds slimmer than the streamer Earl?
Thank you for the $10. Oh yeah, BioShock used steampunk kind of well, and yeah, Guns of Icarus, that's what I meant. Guns of Icarus is the steampunk game I meant. Especially when it's just like dog shit like this. Like you've just got cogs turning on your fucking top hat. Like this is so what is even the fucking relevance to Hermes here? Like I go on here and like at least the others look like fucking the Greek god. Like I can see the Dionysus here, you know, I can see Dionysus. I don't know about this one. That looks crazy. But like, what is the Hermes here? You've got a feather. That's it. You've got a feather. You've got wings on the bow. I guess. You misspelled herpes. Okay.
Well, the host of a grand party, I can certainly play. I am, of course, Dionysus, the goddess of festivities. But you promise you'll be there, right?
Dude.
Please, I don't have anyone else to invite.
I hate this voice. Oh. This dude.
Certainly play. I am, of course, Dionysus, the goddess of festivities. But you promise you'll be there, right? Please, I don't have anyone else to invite. Please say you'll come. Please, 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 please.
No. I'd rather be in my room making stuff. Get stuff. I'm Hephaestus, goddess of the forge. You guys can
This
watch
shit is
me
so
work, I
weird.
guess. Just don't touch anything, or I'll kill you.
Man, I understand everyone else, well, not everyone else. I'm sure most of this chat, not in this bucket. I understand that, like, a lot of people, like, you know, Chad or Mutahar or Nick or whoever, will say, you know, the lolly shit freaks them out, lolly shit's super creepy, super weird, all the lolicons freak them out. The lolicons do not freak me out anywhere near as much as the lolicon VTube crowd. There is something about the crossover between, like, lolicon and the virtual girlfriend experience that just makes it so fucking weird to me. It's like it's the combination, I think, of the audience that very obviously are engaging in like a little sister fantasy where they feel like they're sort of on a date or taking care of some childish anime girl, combined with the fact that there's like a woman on the other end that's playing into it. Possibly, I don't know whether they enjoy it or if it's just like a dystopian financial situation where they're doing it purely for the money. But there's something about this crossover that just unsettles me and just makes the hair. I'm not saying I'm not making a moral statement, but it just unsettles me and makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. It's just, yeah, that crossover just, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Last hour you weren't eating. We start recording and you're eating.
Pretty much.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's that kind of. It's gonna be that kind of. Everybody.
Also, I'm hearing people say that apparently Moist Penguin Zero Critical is also an owner of that VTube talent agency. I hate this, man. It's right. All these big YouTubers are like in bed with each other in business ventures now. Like they can't actually go against each other because they are all like financially entangled. The elite, exactly, the elite. There are global elites plotting to replace people like me, okay? There are global YouTube elites plotting to replace people like me. We need to secure a future. Okay, let's start. That's a really bad joke. Let's just carry on. Let's carry on with the podcast.
Everybody take notes, please. I'm just leading the pack. It's gonna be this kind of episode, guys. Everybody get your popcorn. I got sunflower seeds. Oh, no, my bad. I'm sorry. I lied to you. They're pumpkin seeds that I'm munching on. So, you know, any kind of seed, any kind of popcorn, either or.
Pumpkin
just
seeds
get it.
are literally the worst seeds.
Are you
Watermelon seeds are better. Sunflower seeds are better. And you went with pumpkin?
There's no fucking way you put and eat and digest fucking watermelon seeds? What do you mean?
Not from the watermelon. Like, they're dried and they're okay, can we please get on topic for a second here for just a minute? That's why we call it the Unhinged Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, I don't know how this happens, but every day that we are set to like record an episode of the podcast, something big happens right before.
Dude.
Last time I set up to record with Hermes, and Mr. Beast calls me out of nowhere. And this time, we're set to record, and, you know, the fated Mutahar post-Nux clarity video drops.
Yeah, we, And to just make a caveat moment here, you are literally the embodiment of bros before hoes. I want to just make that very clear. This is the second time you have put bros before me, aka the hoe in this situation.
Right,
and
listen,
I'm starting to have feelings about this.
There are some things that are more important, okay? Like...
Yeah, the bros, apparently.
It has nothing to do with gender.
Like the bottom line. Like your bottom line. Like the fact this could affect income, could affect your reputation.
Okay? All right? If a female friend of mine made a hit piece on me, I would probably deal with that first, too.
Oh my goodness. How they bitches better not.
Oh my
Dude,
God. Anyway,
we gotta see
can we please...
That's my spot. That's my spot.
It's totally obscene. It is completely obscene that Mutahar thinks he can make that video, take it down, claim it's an overreaction, and not clarify what his position on any of this stuff is. Seriously, you cannot take strong stances on Lolly that, like, you know, virtue signal about the fucking, you know, how harmful it can be, how terrible it is to normalize, how awful it is to have on the platform, all this shit. You cannot take these strong stances and leave it up in the air. You literally can't. You actually cannot. It is not the sort of thing you can have in question. This should be like, or well, you literally can. Obviously, you can. No one can force him to do anything. But no one should like look at you as someone with like any values whatsoever. You should seem completely worthless to listen to, because you've displayed that even your most core principles, the things you claim to care about most, like protecting kids and getting rid of predators online and all this shit, you fail on those principles. You betray them. So you should be completely disregarded if you can't iron out exactly what you think there.
I get the next hit piece.
Please don't. This isn't a competition. It's not fun for one of us.
And that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
You fucking monster. Okay, anyway, so there I was, minding my own business. Oh my God.
Bro just rubbed one out for the night. He was ready to...
Yeah. So, anyway,
God,
I'm going to try
so
to do my best to do a TLDR here of the story. So, I did speak to Mutahar just now for like 2 hours. And basically, we talked things out to a large degree. But I'm going to do like the TLDR whole story here. First and foremost, if you're here just for like the Cliff's Notes answer, Muta apologized. We are still friends. That's the Cliff Notes answer. It was a pretty sucky moment there.
Well, wrap it up. I have no opinions. I have no feel. No, of course I do.
So
Okay, yeah. Anyways,
so he called him a former friend in the video, that they already weren't friends. And back at when the podcast was ending, he implied that he was done with Nux then too. But now they're friends again already.
After the TLDR, now we're going into story mode. We're going into novel mode. So what hasn't been touched on is literally when the hit piece came out, I fucking flooded the shit out of his DMs.
Dog, not just you. I got a lot of DMs. Like, so anyway, let me put some perspective on this whole thing, okay? Because the last thing I want is this video to send Muta any hate either, okay? I don't want any hate to come from here at all. Listen, I love me some chaos now and again, but...
Well, there absolutely should be not hate. Obviously, no one deserves hate or harassment online. But there should be some pointed criticism, some disgust angled towards Muta right now for being such a spineless wretch with no principles. For being such a worthless, morally bankrupt loser who cannot, for the life of him, lay out a clear position that he truly believes. Take a position and hold it.
It was a pretty rough moment there for a minute. You know, Muta's one of my best friends, so that's pretty fucking crazy that this went down.
With friends like that, who needs enemies?
Shut up! Okay.
Dude, I have my work cut out for me. Shit, dude. How am I supposed to be more evil? What?
So basically, Mutahar has been getting an incredible amount of hate as of late for associating with me. Now, I used to do these videos back in the day where we'd all get into a call together like 3-4
Dude, she's actually got her hand in the fucking chips bag the whole fucking time.
years ago. And we would all get in, and we would literally shitpost on the internet. Like, we would make fun of hentai and stuff like that. And I just want to make this clear. Before my video...
Yeah, dude, their models suck, and you can see her fucking avatar's mouth wiggling around constantly because she's got chips in her mouth all the time.
Videos back in the day where we'd all get into a call together like 3-4 years ago. And we would all get in, and we would literally shitpost on the internet. Like, we would make fun of hentai and stuff like that.
Look.
And I just want to make this clear. Before my videos, there was something of fate and myth. You may have even heard of it, Hermes. It was called Boku no Pico. Are you familiar?
Maybe.
So Boku no Pico was trending everywhere because everyone, PewDiePie, fucking reacted to Boku no Pico. His video's still up and has 14 million views. Like,
this is a point that I have brought up many times. I have brought up this point many times. This shit was normal back then. That, you know, if you have got heat for this, you should have it for many YouTubers. However, regardless of that, Mutahar has a stated position on this stuff. He has taken a clear public position on this stuff. That stuff should be morally repugnant to him. He is much closer to Nux than he is to PewDiePie. He has a much higher responsibility to vet and interrogate people closer to him, people that are like direct business partners of his, than he does some other random YouTuber.
Everyone and their mother reacted to Boku no Pico. Now, Boku no Pico is it's
wholesome
lolly porn to the
family.
extreme. It's
literally
a whole family affair because it's a whole family that's having sex with children in this fucking show. It is a nightmare. Like Boku no
I probably
Pico.
don't actually know it.
Yeah,
I was probably playing video games at the time.
Like, but the thing is, everyone reacted to it. I never reacted to it. Like, somehow that was too weird for me. Okay, look.
Yeah, I don't think it was because of the ages though, was it? I think it's 'cause it was gay.
Looking back, I don't know how that happened because I was making some pretty wild content back then. But for some reason,
the irony.
Everyone reacted to Boku no Pico, right? PewDiePie, everyone. Now Boku no Pico, that's lolly Shota stuff like to the extreme. Muta said in his video that anything in a high school setting is lolly, and that's just obviously wrong. Lolly is if the character looks either like a petite woman or like a child. In my opinion, petite women, lolly stuff, whatever. I don't really care. The child stuff rubs me the wrong way for sure. But adult-looking women in a high school being lolly, bro, is the whole fucking
like there's no sort of... Dude, listen to how much he couches it. It's so pathetic. The child stuff rubs you the wrong way. He doesn't say it's wrong. He doesn't say it's equivalent to CP. He doesn't take any of those strong stances. He doesn't say the people that watch it are pedophiles. He's not taking any strong stance. He is glossing over. He is saying, "Oh, I feel slightly uncomfortable about that." So he can gloss over it and never take a position. It's so worthless, dude.
For some reason,
the irony.
Everyone reacted to Boku no Pico, right? PewDiePie, everyone. Now, Boku no Pico, that's lolly Shota stuff like to the extreme. Muta said in his video that anything in a high school setting is lolly, and that's just obviously wrong. Lolly is if the character looks either like a petite woman or like a child. In my opinion, petite women, lolly stuff, whatever. I don't really care. The child stuff rubs me the wrong way for sure. But adult-looking women in a high school being lolly, bro, is the whole fucking My Hero Academia community pedophiles now because someone uploaded, I don't know, Ochako hentai to Rule 34 or something, you know, like, obviously.
Okay, let's be clear though. Ochako does not look like an adult. Ochako looks like a teenage girl. No? Like, it's still post-pubescent for sure. I don't think it's like a crazy big deal, even by those standards. Bro, I'm not violating any YouTube community guidelines with this video. What is this shit that I'm being shown when I search this character on YouTube? But let's be totally clear. This is like a very clear teenage girl character, no? Could be anywhere from sort of like 15 to 20. 15 to 25, I'd say. 15 to 25. It's not, you know, it's not a sign of a disorder if you find this character attractive. Like, you're probably not disordered for finding this character attractive. But let's not pretend that this is just like a fully grown, like this is like the same as like, what's a good example? It's not like fucking Faye from Cowboy Bebop, is it? Let's be serious here.
Forget the past.
Look at my eye in the present.
Just like that. And now you're leaving, just like that.
It's not exactly, you know. We can see a bit of a difference here.
Obviously, if the character looks like an adult, I don't like. It's not lolly. That's just a fact. That's not a opinion. But anyway, Muda was getting flamed for associating with me. People were calling
it. Not the qualification for lolly, but sure.
I'm a pedophile, and that's awful. By the way, that's really fucking bad, and it put him in a really bad headspace. And I hated that it was coming from me, to the point that before this video or anything came out, I messaged Muda and I told the guy, bro, I totally get you. If you want to stop associating with me publicly and you want to completely cut me off publicly, I hate that you're getting hate because you're associated with someone as controversial as myself, who did the unthinkable, being shit posting on the internet 3 years ago.
Yeah, you know my feelings on that one too. I also had a very long novel-sized conversation about that particular statement too.
True. You put me through the ringer whenever I do something altruistic. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Wow, look at you being a wholesome, good guy, trying to be always considerate of other people. Yeah, you need to stop that.
And you'll notice I definitely stopped collabing to a large degree just because I hate that other people get hate for me, like, associating with me. And
I know.
The thing is, and this is what's the craziest thing in the world, like, I'll make videos criticizing DEI in video games or whatever, and I'm literally called a Nazi. Not exaggerating that word. And, like, from someone who's
you and everyone else, man. Dude, I hate this fucking victim complex.
grandparents are Holocaust survivors who grew up on Holocaust.
Oh my god, dude, no way. Shut up, please.
Videos criticizing DEI in video games or whatever, and I'm literally called a Nazi. Not exaggerating that word. And, like, from someone whose grandparents are Holocaust survivors, who grew up on Holocaust stories, to be called a Nazi is pretty fucked up. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Dude, you can't call me a Nazi. Don't you know I'm Jewish?
But
the internet doesn't care. People are gonna hate you. People are gonna love you.
And I have gotten to the point that I can definitely see
people. We've been knowing Nuck's Jewish. We've been knowing. What you guys thought? We've been knowing this the whole time.
Shitting on me and just not caring.
So I have to. Okay, stop.
Content out of it at this point. Like, I don't care that a couple of brainlets on Reddit or Twitter are gonna fucking make fun of me, call me a Nazi or whatever. I completely don't associate with that shit. And see,
as you should. It's the best mental.
My friends know who I am. My family knows who I am. I don't give a shit if some random people want to cancel me for that.
Your friends asterisks.
You are literally evil. Literally evil.
I know.
All right, this is squashing beef. Okay. So anyway, this got really bad. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just laughing.
Yeah, I don't know why you're here. But anyway, so...
oh, you know exactly why I'm here.
Much worse, because Hassan Piker, everyone's favorite socialist millionaire, made a... insinuated that Mutahar was a pedophile for associating with me. Now that's not random invisible internet people anymore. That's now a content creator with a large audience, with probably overlap in their audience, because it's a pretty big guy.
With a very vocal. He's very vocal too.
Yeah, he does have vocals. So he did,
as we all hear,
so he made
all the time
something like that, which I think really was the thing that pushed Muda over the edge. To a large extent. Now you have not just invisible internet people, but you also have content creators. Now I said to Mutahar in a call just now, sorry if I'm messing up with the timeline, it's been a pretty stressful day.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy's actually fucking rattled over this.
Content creators. Now, I said to Mutahar in a call just
Maybe
now,
she's watching Ryback eating chips on repeat.
Thank you for the $10. Thank you.
Sorry if I'm messing up with the timeline, it's been a pretty stressful day.
Understandable.
Yeah, I just opened up YouTube to a 40-minute hit piece on me from one of my friends.
Not even well done. That's what angers me too.
Whatever, we could get to specific.
It was a dog shit video. You know, the bitch who can't stop stuffing her fucking mouth has got a point with that one. There was an entire section where he had no visuals. It was just a black screen because he made an editing mistake. Embarrassing stuff for a 4 million sub YouTuber, gotta say.
Like, I do want to clear my name on a couple of things, and I know people are going to be upset that I'm calling it a hit piece, but the fact that all these old dramas, like the Taiga drama and the Shadman drama, like, these were brought up and have really nothing to do with anything. Like, the fact that all this is brought up and, like...
What do you mean have nothing to do with anything? What do you mean they have nothing to do with anything? They have to do with you. Mutahar is associated with you, partners with you, podcast co-hosts with you, and you did these things.
gonna be upset that I'm calling it a hit piece, but the fact that all these old dramas, like the Taiga drama and the Shadman drama, like these were brought up and have really nothing to do with anything. Like the fact that all this is brought up and like really makes it look like some sort of hit piece, and comparing me to people like Mama Max, like. But anyway, whatever. I don't want to send any hate to Muta. I'm just trying to get the headspace here correct.
It's a fine comparison. It's another person that Muta swept for because he refused to do any like sort of vetting.
I'm trying to fucking tell the story because people are going to be asking me nonstop. People are already asking me nonstop. When am I responding? What am I saying? What's the story? So I'm trying to do this in a way that does address the situation because people will never stop bothering me and Muta. So I'm just doing this to do my best after a very stressful day. So anyway.
Don't worry. And I will also have opinions.
Oh God.
But right now.
The Hermes opinions are coming probably. So anyway,
definitely.
So Hassan makes this verifiably false, slanderous statement insinuating that Muta is a pedophile by being in these collabs with me in the past, which is fucking awful and brutal and despicable of Hassan. And I told Muta when he...
Did Hassan call him a pedophile? What did Hassan say? What was the actual quote from Hassan?
This girl just loves to hear herself talk and keeps interrupting. Makes Nux look better than he should.
Actually be expecting a ban. You know, a couple...
Would you? Those fucking YouTube... Those videos are on YouTube. They're on Twitter. It's a video that's hosted on YouTube and Twitter. It's not akin to ISIS, dumbass.
Like about a year or two ago, like I was actually assisting a couple smaller YouTubers who basically had memes.
There are literal neo-Nazis on YouTube. What the fuck are you talking about? Apparently, some of them even, maybe not neo-Nazis, but some YouTubers even sit around and do reviews of child porn, drawn child porn, hentai, lolicon. That's how little YouTube gives a shit about their own terms of service. You know, Mutahar should know that. Seemingly, he participated in a review of Lolicon himself.
But so wait, where's the verifiably false statement here? Is there more to this? Where's the verifiably false slanderous statement? Where's that? I'm missing it. Was there more to this? Yeah, I heard Chud say earlier that Hassan called him a pedophile, so I took that on faith. Is that not even true? Is that just something that's going around? Because he doesn't even imply that Moose is a pedophile here. He states what actually happened. He literally just plainly stated what Mutahar actually did. So wait, what's the problem here exactly? So what did Hassan do wrong?
When we talked about it, I said, you're gonna take Hassan's word calling you a pedophile with this much weight? Hassan, the guy that supports terrorists on Twitch, that advocates for the murder of Israeli babies because he calls them settler babies, the guy that denies rapes that happened in October 7th when the UN confirmed that there were rapes that happened in Israel.
Maybe I'm missing a clip. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Feel free to show me. I'm open to being proven wrong. I will walk it back, say I'm retarded. I didn't see this clip. But that's the clip I've had sitting in my DMs labeled as the Hassan implying Moots is a pedophile clip. So
Israel, he's gonna deny that shit. Now, this isn't me coming here to start talking politics. I think everyone with 2 brain cells can agree that innocent people dying is bad. I think that's a pretty based opinion in general.
It's a pretty universal opinion, I feel like, yes.
I would think so. But you're really gonna take that guy, that slimy motherfucker that I have videos on, that if you want, you can watch those videos to get my opinion on that. But that guy is the guy that you're gonna say, oh, he called me a pedophile, so now I have to defend myself? Like, that's the guy? And whatever. Obviously, I don't want to start some sort of Muta Hassan beef, even though that's already kind of going on. And Hassan could beef with me if he wants. I don't really care.
Well, Hassan's not gonna beef just with you because he's very aware that it's not gonna fucking faze you. Like, you've made it blatantly clear that you're like, whatever. It doesn't matter. So Hassan's gonna start beefing with people around you. Like, that's just, it's a tactic.
But Hassan's big tactic, whenever someone criticizes him, the first thing he does is basically slander them to completely misrepresent who they are to his audience, so that when he attacks them, he's already slandered them. Like, there's this commentary guy, Nicholas Diorio, who said something negative about Hassan, and Hassan's like, isn't he the guy that makes alt-right content? Which is like, no, he doesn't. But like,
what's his name? Sorry, Nux, what did you say his name was? What lips? What lips delete Oreos? Nux, what did you just say?
He's already slandered them. Like, there's this commentary guy, Nicholas Diorio, who said something negative about Hassan, and Hassan's like, isn't he the guy that makes...
What lips delete Oreos? What?
alt-right content, which is like, no, he doesn't. But like, you know, once you already put someone into perspective to be that guy, it's much easier to tear them down. So like,
yeah,
Muta criticizes him for promoting terrorism.
The lips delete Oreo's name is just too good. It's so fucked up.
Propaganda on Twitch, and his response is, "Isn't that the pedophile?" Well, he didn't say it in those words, but isn't that the guy that watched lolly porn in the Discord calls? You know that, like, you know, that insinuation, obviously. So, but anyway, with all that shit going down and people criticizing Muta for his association with me, people basically, I don't want to, I'm not trying to stir the pot here or anything, but a lot of people stop criticizing me for these things because they see it's like, it's not working. I'm gonna make content out of it. Like, yes, I shit posted online. Yes, I addressed all this on my, if you want to go watch it, I made a 10 years on YouTube video. It is up where I addressed my mindset, why I've changed my style of content, why I don't do those thumbnails anymore, why I don't do those type of videos anymore, why I don't like doing that shit. I have grown and all that. But that said, it was shit posting on the internet, and let's not get it twisted. It was not anything that wasn't that. Obviously. Yeah,
I mean,
like,
yeah, guys, I'm just shit posting porn to kids. Guys, I'm just shit posting porn to kids.
I think
the Boku no Pico era was worse than anything I've ever done.
I think that's kind of the big part about like why you can kind of like when you get hit with stuff nowadays, like it doesn't really stick anymore because you've go figure. Apparently you're an adult in a sea of children because fucking you've literally
is that what's going on here? Yeah,
all that shit. Like, literally, you've already had so many conversations about acknowledging that
misleading people and hiding evidence and deleting shit, when in actuality...
He is misleading people. He downplayed his relationship with Shadman despite previously stating that he wasn't going to disclose his interactions with him because he didn't want to get Shadman in trouble.
I've addressed everything. Everything.
Yeah. Well, and the fact of the matter is, it's very obviously publicly showcased too, where anybody
you can't say that I'm manipulating people into fucking doing this shit when the videos are all public.
Yeah.
I've changed some past thumbnails that I no longer stand by or want on my channel, obviously.
Yeah, which I think is just normal kind of situation. Like if you're like,
I have like
you know what, that's
3,000 videos on YouTube. You know,
the fact that, and I mean, there's so many places to start, but literally anybody can look at your stuff 3 years ago and then come to the modern day and see that you've not only acknowledged that some of that stuff was extremely cringe, like you've literally turned over a completely new leaf, which is a lot more than apparently a lot of fucking people are willing to do in the content creation world nowadays, where they're just like, they want to just expunge it, pretend it never happened, and then if something came up, they like make this whole fucking novel about the situation, and they try to I don't get this whole situation where everybody's trying to be angels and saints. Nobody's an angel, nobody's a saint. So why is this phase even fucking happening right now? Why is the timeline like this? Like, we're all fucking human. Well, you guys are, I'm a god, but the point is,
yeah, like he's deleted and changed so much shit. It's
the flaws are what make us who we are. It's what
I am genuinely gonna fucking have an episode. Guys, I'm a rapist. It's just who I am. Guys, the flaws make us who we are. Guys, I'm a rapist. Guys. Flaws make us who we are, guys. Okay? It's fine. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy.
This whole situation where everybody's trying to be angels and saints. Nobody's an angel. Nobody's a saint. So why?
Nobody is trying to be an angel or a saint. That's not what the case... What are you talking about, you stupid bitch? It's about being honest. It's about owning up to it. Saying, hey, yeah, despite me claiming to have a very strong stance on Lolicon, I've actually been incredibly permissive of it, and I'm totally fine to hang out with people who distribute it to minors.
Why is this phase even fucking happening right now? Why is the timeline like this? Like, we're all fucking human. Well, you guys are. I'm a god. But the point is, the flaws are what make us who we are. It's what creates who we are.
True,
none of us are perfect.
The way I see it, there's definitely there's a tier list when it comes to flaws. Like, a lot of things are more important.
Well, yeah, of course. But
again, I don't want to do a tier list on who's a bigger criminal, EDP 445 or Mr. Beast. Okay, that's not the point. But the point is, as far as like the criticisms about me, like I've messed up. Like, he brought up the Taiga thing in his video, which I apologize for. He showed the wrong apology. He showed me talking about a tangent, not the actual apologies that I made about it, and not the clip of Taiga accepting the apology from his stream either. Which again, I like. Well,
wait, Taiga actually accepted your apology in his stream?
Yes, it was very nice of him, but he actually did do that.
Wow.
And the irony also of Muta defending Taiga against evil me, when Muta thinks that people that like lolly stuff are pedophiles, and Taiga is a known commissioner of lolly stuff.
Wait, so even Nux is admitting it here? Muta thinks not Taiga, the lolicon consumers, well, Taiga included, but thinks that lolicon consumers are pedophiles. So how can he possibly be friends with you, Nux, when you distributed this material? He was watching it with you on stream. It makes no sense.
So, like, it's like you gotta really wrap your head around the purpose of all of this. And really, I think it's because Muta felt fucking awful seeing the word pedophile next to his name. And honestly, I get it. It's pretty awful.
Yeah, like...
Sucks that I, like, even was some sort of catalyst for this sort of criticism. I feel like people realize, oh, wait, we can't really criticize Nux for this because it doesn't really affect him, so we're just gonna criticize his friends.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Like, these tactics, this shit that is going on, this is high school level shit. We have all been in high school before. We've dealt with, like, the nasty cheerleaders and the fucking jocks, and, you know, we've dealt with all this. So, like, these tactics aren't anything brand new. And yeah, my heart goes out to Mutahar for having to see something like that. But that's literally where the internet is nowadays. Like, where has he been this entire time?
Honestly,
like,
Mutahar, and I firmly believe this, Mutahar is a really great guy. He's a great guy, and he's a much more empathetic person than I am in general. And I think he takes things more to heart because he genuinely wants to be a good person and a beacon that other people can, well, I don't want to say a beacon for people.
Well, then why doesn't he have any principles? Why doesn't he stand on any principles? Why doesn't he put any effort into vetting his friends for awful behavior that goes completely against his stated principles and goals? Why does he allow people around him to make the world a worse place by his own metrics? If he's such a great guy, why does he have such a terrible impact and such a terrible set of values that he can't apply in any situation?
People to emulate, but he definitely wants to be a force of good in the world. And when people are going to say, like, call him a pedophile, he's not going to feel like that force of good. And that's
like, okay. Should I interject now? Is it my turn to talk? Because
all right, you'd say anyway. I just wanted to say one thing. Muta did take the video down. All right, so it really, I guess, whatever.
All right, guys, sit down. The overweight VTuber is speaking. Guys, the overweight woman hiding behind a cartoon avatar is about to talk. Sit down. Sit down and listen.
Not necessarily whatever damage was done. Absolutely. Like, okay. Fuck. All right, my turn. my turn.
Talk,
now, I do want to preface exactly what Nux said in the beginning. The world is full of hate and cruelty and blah, blah, blah at this point. Going and attacking anybody, and I don't know why anybody would try to listen to me and then go attack anybody else, but who knows? In case there's somebody out there that wants to do it, don't. The world has enough hate in it. Don't attack Mutahar. Like, I actually loved Mutahar's content as well. Like, partially why I was so upset is because I also liked Mutahar's content. Like, it just, like, seemed like he had fallen so far from what I had ever seen of him. Like, I had assumed that he was a guy, he kind of oozed that idea that he was a guy that really cared about his friendship. The world has enough hate in it. Don't attack Mutahar. Like, I actually loved Mutahar's content as well. Like, partially why I was so upset is because I also liked Mutahar's content. Like, it just, like, seemed like he had fallen so far from what I had ever seen of him. Like, I had assumed that he was a guy, he kind of oozed that idea that he was a guy that really cared about his friendships and everything, and then to see him so blatantly,
he was pretty much downward spiral. It was he's in a, I think, pretty bad headspace right now. And
well, and that's what I'm super curious about. Obviously, I don't know Mutahar. He didn't fucking call me and, like, have a conversation or anything of the sort. So this is all just speculation from okay, guys, I am the perspective of the person outside.
Guys, Mutahar's just in a bad headspace, okay? He's feeling a bit sad right now.
Looking in right now. And I see something like that. And this isn't something that just comes from Mutahar. This is something I see happening in content creation in general. People are so quick to make content out of fucking backstabbing. Like, they want to get the multi-camera angle vision of them shanking somebody in the back and then twisting the blade and then kicking them into the grave.
I do appreciate the entertainment of a nice backstabbing now and again. But
you're the one that's always getting backstabbed.
Sometimes it gets a little too close to home, you know. Listen, I'll make videos on other people's downfalls. I guess I could make videos on my own at some point, right?
Yeah, at this point, you might as well just start farming your own content.
I mean, that's what we're literally doing right now.
Yeah, hey. But my point is, I don't like, it breaks my brain. When that came up, when that video came up, the first thing I thought is,
well, the first thing I thought was, holy shit, banger title. That was the first thing I thought. Post-nut clarity?
Nut clarity. Yeah. That kind of did hit hard.
Shut up. The second thing I thought was like 38 minutes long. That was the second thing that I thought. And I was like, wait, this isn't distancing myself. This is more.
That was a full Breaking Bad episode right there. He went full Breaking Bad on you. Like, straight up. But my point is,
the third thing that I thought was, fuck, he wore the Sonichu medallion. Oh, it's over. It's over.
See, I don't know that. I don't know that reference, actually.
Okay. No, you're not missing out. Moving on.
Okay.
Dude, shut up. Shut up.
Like, so
please.
Here's the thing, though. When I saw that, I was like, why is this not a conversation that began with him calling you? Like, is the world so fucking different nowadays? Because back in my day, now, I've had many back in my days, but back in my day, when you have a problem with one of your friends, or key point, somebody who is supposed to be your friend, you give them a phone call and you say, hey, bitch, I'm pissed at you. We need to talk this out one way or another. Like, we have a conversation. And the candidness is something you get rewarded as being a friend with somebody. Usually friends have that certain level of candid where you kind of start bypassing that like bullshit back and forth, like
obviously he should have, and he regrets it. And like I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty unfortunate that didn't happen.
Yeah, it is absolutely unfortunate that it didn't happen. And the fact of the matter is,
I think it was okay, again, I'm trying my best here, because obviously I am pretty biased in this situation, but I'm trying my best to rationalize from the perspective of every morning, wakes up, opens Reddit for some God knows reason that they felt the need to do such a thing in this hypothetical scenario, and someone on Reddit calls me Jeffrey Epstein, and then calls Mutahar Ghislaine Maxwell, his
who was the Nicandros
partner in crime, right? When you see that, it hurts. It hurts. You don't want to talk to the Jeffrey Epstein in this analogy, which is, by the way, slanderously despicable. Because, dog, I made a shit post.
Sue then.
Online. Okay.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is, like, people are there's this one clip of me, of Turkey Tom, saying he was uncomfortable that I showed him a dog.
No, I'm sick of these people going about, oh, it's slanderous. Literally, it's slandering me. Sue. If it's slander, sue.
Hentai. I did not. That was not a hentai that I showed Turkey Tom. That was something that everyone.
Stop trying to invoke the weight of this legal shit when you've got no intention. Not even intention. It's not even about the intention. There's not even a case. I'm sorry, you can't sue Nicandros because he made an edit of Jeffrey Epstein that looks like you.
Talking about because it was an anime that aired on national television. That was not a hentai.
Shit.
That was fucking disturbing, and everyone talked about it.
Yeah. Well, and here's another fucking issue I have, like, in that statement.
Yeah.
I have never been in a situation where I never felt like if you legitimately did something that was uncomfortable to me, I have never felt that I couldn't express that to you. Like, I've never felt that I couldn't be like, hey, Nux, you crossed a line. Like, don't involve me in that.
This isn't in my videos, obviously, but in almost every single one of my videos, even when I spring shit on people on purpose, I always ask them, are you comfortable with me including this in the video? Are you comfortable with being in this video? Are you comfortable with this topic? Yeah. I know the topics are surprises in the videos. The way I used to record these collabs, or I would get a bunch of people together and I would mention the topic of the video. And and everyone would be like, oh God, like the topic is crazy. I sprung it on them. And then almost every single time I would ask people, are you comfortable with this? If not, I'll change the topic. I have a safer one in reserve just in case. And then people would say they're okay with it, and then we would proceed. Obviously, that part would be cut out of the video because that's not entertaining. But almost every single time, I would actually ask people if they're comfortable with it. And I remember there was one time that I actually did have to use the reserve because one of the people was not comfortable with the topic, and I therefore did change it. I can tell you who and when after the podcast. I don't want to. Start anything, but that did happen. So it's not like I obfuscated and hid shit.
Okay, no, I don't think anyone's really saying that he like obfuscated and hid shit. Yes, those YouTubers partaking that willingly. I will say that everyone that was like taking it was obviously doing it willingly because that shit was more accepted. Now a lot of them are more like, it's a bit more trendy on YouTube to be like a little bit more socially conservative, anti-anime, anti-porn, these sorts of things, like a bit more, oh, don't, don't go online and post about your fetishes. But back then it was much more, people were more positive towards that sort of thing. People encouraged that sort of thing. The environment was different. The market was different. So they were willing to benefit from it. I absolutely agree. People that claim a massive moral high ground, that virtue signal about this shit, but engaged in this sort of content, absolutely should be held to a pretty fucking harsh standard. Yeah, I agree. But Mutahar's one of the worst offenders in terms of taking a strong position now without accounting for previous actions. So is Nux with the Shadman stuff.
And I mean, I think the reason why Muta's getting so much backlash is because this is all public. Like, I never lied about anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a reflection more on Muta than anything else at the end of the day. Like, I just don't understand why somebody who has been in the gaming sphere, specifically in the gaming sphere, trust me, I've been in the gaming sphere for a very, very, very long time, is so thin-skinned over some Reddit post. Like, get off social media. Like, honestly, I hope in that conversation you had with him, he has acknowledged the root of the problem. And that's that social media is designed nowadays to literally get you to be angry. Perpetually. Like, it wants you to feel bad. It wants you to spiral. It wants you to be angry because that keeps you, it hooks you in. Like, there's literally research going on about the fucking mental effects and how bad this shit is. Yeah. Fucking get off social media if you can't handle it. But at the end of the day, he literally allowed somebody online to affect him so much that he couldn't even give you the courtesy of a phone call first.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't think most people would be able to understand what it's like, and I don't want to say this from like a high horse position. But people don't know what it's like to get shit on by thousands of people online. I don't think the human brain is designed for that, and I don't think evolution...
So literally, this is the charitable reading of Mutahar, apparently. He's not spineless, guy. He's not like totally spineless and unprincipled, okay, guys? He's just really sensitive 4 million sub YouTuber who got bullied in the matter of a few days into taking an insanely strong stance, disavowing a friend that he'd had for years, and essentially swearing you as like a pedophile, not like defender, but like a pedophile generator almost, pedophile creator almost. You could argue, because he's showing it to teenagers. Not that I think it necessarily just makes someone into a pedophile. From what I mean, what James Cantor was saying in that thing the other day, pedophiles are born and not made. But real pedophiles, not like just child sexual abusers.
Reached that point yet that people are ready for that, and I agree.
But, you know, yeah, abuse, sort of like a pedophile enabler. Yeah, for sure, by Muta's standards, from what he was saying in the video. It was either David Lay or James Cantor, yeah, one of the two, said that pedophiles are more born, not made. People with actual pedophilic disorder, not just like child molesters, sexual abusers.
You're thin-skinned. You should... Look, I have been getting hate for a very, very long time. Literally, as long as I've been on the internet, I've been getting hate because I'm a troll. I'm a fucking internet troll. I've been trolling people.
But everybody gets hate on the internet. Everybody.
But Mutahar is not a troll. Okay?
But he still covers really dark topics.
Ryzek. Okay, I have to stop myself because I know Marvel Rivals has just launched. Just this moment. It has launched. I think if I go to my... Oh, no, on my Steam, it is not currently showing up as playable yet. However, I know it is launching this moment in the UK. I will... Guys, there's a donation goal in chat, okay? It's trying to solicit some donos, trying to keep the stream going, because there's just so much pulling me away right now. It makes me want to just go... Okay. I will do a quick chill. Guys, we've got 414 people watching right now, 98 likes on the stream. Some of those 318 or so people wouldn't mind moving their cursor to the thumbs up and clicking it, or pressing the thumbs up on the mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through a stream elements link in the pin chat message. You can also buy a membership, gift a membership, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat. Buy a super chat, which will highlight a message to read it on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that'll be highlighted in chat and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that the Overwatch clone? Yes, it is. And it's not about it being Marvel. I mean, it kind of is. I'll say, right? You can say, like, oh, slop, cape shit, all this stuff. But, like, it's a pretty cool... Like, all the designs and shit are a pretty cool spin on Marvel. Like, it's a bit more of, like, an anime-type look. The theming is, like, really strong and cool. It's not like it's not like the Disney stuff. It's, like, more of, like, an anime style. It's pretty cool. It's not like, it's, you know, it's a bit different. It's pretty epic. Anyway.
In, like... really dark topics and themes, you are, unless he's only scrolled like the top 10 of his thing, there is 100% chance that there is somebody in those things that is like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? This shit is fucked up.
Obviously,
like,
that is the case. Obviously, that is the case. And look, I'm not, obviously he shouldn't have made the video. I'm not defending him or his choices. I'm just saying that mentally, it does fuck with you.
Yeah, well, and listen, Nux, I do want to make clear, like, you're a good guy. You care about your friends. You care a lot about your friends, and it's okay that you're like taking this position because you still care about Mutahar. I'm sure you do, but I care about you, so I'm going to be pissed because that stuff pisses me off so much. Not just in your particular circumstance, in the circumstance in general. Everybody's been betrayed. Everybody's had a friend that they've cared for, that they've, you know, loved.
Dude, this is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. The impassioned speech about friendship in the middle of the podcast. I feel bad for you, Nux. You've been so unfairly treated by Mutahar. You've been so unfairly treated by Mutahar, who pointed out the fact that your behavior is completely incongruent with his own stated values, and that he can't associate and approve of someone who so grossly violates his claimed values. You're so hard done by, Nux. It's so mean to you.
Ben in love. I think people love their friends. I really do. So, like, you have that friend that you care for, you love them, and they're just a part of their life. And then all of a sudden, some outside fucking force comes in and influences that person, and it fucking, in some fucking crazy scenario in their head, they get it twisted and they forget, like, all the good times that they've had with you, all because of one Joe Schmo bullshit situation.
Well,
and then they can't even give you courtesy of, like, a phone call. Like, I think everybody can relate to that.
Everything you're describing is very relatable and cool, but unlike some other situation where someone gets backstabbed and therefore they are arch nemesis, I completely forgive Mutahar for this shit.
Yeah.
Obviously,
of
I don't
course
want
you
anything
do.
to be sent his way. Obviously,
of course you do.
He is my friend, and
yeah.
Obviously, don't want any of that. It's a fucking awful situation. For me,
I mean,
and for Muta.
Yeah.
True. But I think you can channel all of this negative energy and unite against Hassan. No, that was a joke.
I'm gonna get.
I was kidding. I was joking.
Hassan's gonna look at me next. He's gonna be like, "She's barely blossomed. She's a seedling. Attack! Attack my people!"
No, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. Okay. He's never gonna mention me because he can't do anything to me, probably. I mean, our audiences are different. But the example I gave Muta about, like, random comments online, I was like, all right. If you're gonna take every comment online seriously, like, some guy calls you a pedophile and then you start thinking you're a pedophile, like you know, people use crazy shit online. So I used the Nazi analogy first in regards to myself. Like, people calling me a Nazi has got to be the most ironic shit in the universe. Like, here I am talking to my grandfather, Holocaust survivor, and people are calling me a Nazi when I grew up on Holocaust stories. Like, that's not gonna fucking do shit to me. It's not gonna make me start thinking I'm a Nazi, obviously.
Right.
But the craziest thing is, you know, the mainstream media calls Trump voters Nazis. That's over 50% of the American population. If you're going to take every insult online and labeling online seriously, then holy fuck, you're surrounded by Nazis.
Well, that's the thing, like, just, and this is another thing that kind of blows my mind. Yeah, this is another thing that kind of blows my mind, is the fact that everybody, and I don't think it's literally a surprise to no one nowadays, but words really have lost a lot of their meaning. especially because of social media. People have been dropping, like, they drop pedophile, they drop fucking Nazi, they drop, I mean, hey, Nux, I don't know if you're aware, but I'm a female. I tend to play video games. I have heard every single kind of rape comment that you can even imagine and beyond.
Yeah,
it's because... yeah, and that's because I'm actually good at a video game. Imagine with, like, but, like, that's my thing. Like, none of this is a surprise to literally anybody online, except apparently Mutahar, because why, like...
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I am shocked.
As you should be shocked. That was
look,
that all
pretty bad. It's a pretty bad thing. All right. It's a pretty bad thing. All said, it's a pretty bad thing.
That should have been a phone call. That should have been an adult conversation. That should have been a phone call.
The video was, this should have been an email. That was the top comment on his video.
Well, yeah, it should have been an email. Dude, his freaking entire comments.
It's just like, they don't engage. Nux is not engaged with a single bit of criticism about him. Like, a single actual point. It's so fucking crazy. It's like, oh, it was just memes, man. It was just memes, man. You know, it was just shitpost. I was just shitposting, guys. Just memes, man. And then never engages. Never engages. Whatsoever.
Session was shredding the ever-living crap out of him. And quite frankly, I agree with, like, literally everybody in it. It literally should never have been brought into public. It should have been a adult conversation. Literally call you, hey, listen, I'm having some problems. Like, just tell him. Like, I have never in any of my 2 years, by the way, everybody, I've known this motherfucker, and holy shit. Like, I have never ever felt like I couldn't just tell you something. Like, much to your dismay, I'm sure, at times when you wake up to 100+ messages. But, like, I tell you when I'm pissed off. I tell you how I feel about things. And I tell you when I'm in a good mood. Like, and there's, in those moments where I'm actually upset, or I'm upset at you specifically for something you've did, you have a conversation back with me. Like, there's never been a doubt in my mind that I couldn't have an adult conversation with you.
The irony is, and I'm comfortable to say this because I know it's true, but the irony is, unlike a lot of other people, I'm not like sitting here terrified that some shit's gonna leak. Because I literally have never sexted anyone online ever in my life. Forget minors, people. I have never sexted anyone. All right.
Don't lie to them. I just sent you the most beautiful.
That's you sending shit to me is not the same thing. I do not reciprocate. Vixen.
Oh, Chad, you should have.
Dude, I feel so uncomfortable right now. I feel like I'm like in like watching a conversation I shouldn't be seeing, or
seeing the ERP I sent him recently. Oh my gosh, that would have been a bestseller.
She's kidding. It's not real. It's fake. Anyway,
I bet.
So I'm not like sitting
guys. No, hold on, guys. Important break. A break from all the shit. Nux, I'm gonna leak some DMs, guys. Nux admitted that he's my sub. He's submissive to me. He's straight up
subscription to her on Twitch.
Nope. That is
you don't
need to add that context.
Okay, moving on.
That's
now,
absolutely.
The irony. Is the entire internet. When this shit broke, I think everyone kind of understood this to be the same thing as I do.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not as rationally as I do, but you know.
Or as caveat.
Except for Keemstar, who insinuated I'm a pedophile. You can't make
as
this
big.
Shit up. He's like, I always knew it. Check his hard drive. Yeah, I love this guy. He just keeps winning, Keemstar.
Caveat is not many people would look at it as big-hearted as you. I would declare that I am the rational person here. I think you should be upset, but
maybe I was upset
because
maybe I was upset for hours. Hours,
honestly.
Maybe I was fuming and debating what kind of video I should make to retaliate. Debating whether I should just completely debunk every point or only take the high road, and maybe I shouldn't do anything. And honestly, thank God Muta deleted the video and called me, or I don't know. Maybe we would have a different ending to this story.
Dude, I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm like fucking.
Probably.
I'm in pain. I'm in actual pain.
Upset.
I'm in actual pain.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
A lot of DMs. A
I was really upset, guys.
I got a lot of DMs. What did I answer? You sent me like a whole fucking wall of text, and I'm like, lol.
Yeah, you literally said LOL. Bro, I come in here. I'm like fuming. I'm like, oh, I was like, have you seen the? I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was a roller coaster because it started off like tame because I like just, you see the title and you're all like, all right, what am I getting into? Like, oh, yay, some other person is trying to fucking backstab Nux. Great, wonderful. What's this about? So like, it starts off.
Mutahar was backstabbing Nux now.
Tame, and then I like watch it, and literally you can like see the parts in the fucking video I'm getting to because I'm like, my text is getting bigger. The wall.
Dude, and how much of a bitch does Muta look like when Nux is on here with his co-host talking about how that video was like a backstab and all this shit? How much of a bitch does Muta look?
Walls of text, the lines are getting longer, like the novel is being made real time, bro, and then he comes in, he like wakes up from fucking masturbating or whatever the fuck he does in bed, and then he was like, LOL. Like, I was like, what do you mean, LOL? Have an opinion here! Have a feeling here! React, please!
Yeah, so, you know, it was a very stressful moment. Not the first time I've had a similar situation, but I am grateful Mutahar is, I think, a much better person than the people who have backstabbed me in the past.
So even calls it a backstab there. Even acknowledges it's a backstab.
We'll fucking see. I mean, because, like, here's the fucking issue here. This is the big, well, okay, I have a whole wrapping ball of big issues. It's a fucking rubber band ball of issues at this point. He did these things.
So one thing that I do want to say, like, also to be clear, I know Muta definitely didn't say this in the video, but the video's impression is saying Nux is a pedophile, right? If he's saying I'm not a pedophile because I didn't know what Nux was doing, well, what does that imply? And like I got some good pedo comments already rolling in. So
I'm sure you will.
The video was only up for what, like 7-8 hours or something. And
well, this is my big. This is another
on YouTube and on Twitter, and people were going.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, also keep in mind, guys, the only reason why this round of drama against Muta and Nux started this year was because Nux started posturing on Twitter about the Chris Tyson Shadman stuff, saying, oh, not like us. What was it? He was posting, they not like us on Twitter. And the whole point was people saying, no, they are like you, Nux. You are also interacting with Shadman. And then he downplayed his interactions with Shadman, and then people found more clips that showed he was downplaying them, and that previously he had stated that he didn't want to share information about Shadman because he didn't want to get Shadman in trouble. Literally openly saying, I want to protect this guy.
You know,
this is a facet that really, like, this is the other facet that really starts, like, is grinding my gears here. Like,
he's complaining about him getting called a pedophile when the whole point was he was sounding off about pedophiles. People were like, hey, wait a minute, Nux. You were doing the same shit.
People fucking do these content, like, hit pieces, trying to destroy people. I mean, it's not just limited to you. There's other people that obviously get them too. Like, but the point is, these hit pieces come out, and then they're like, oops, I'm sorry. And then they bring it down. And that's okay. That's good. That's fine and dandy. But they But the problem with this scenario, this whole strategy, is the damage is fucking done. You put it on, like,
no, this is a total misnomer. People keep saying this, that he was making money for freaks, that these videos were for freaks, that Nux's videos were for freaks. They weren't. They weren't. They were for teenagers. Very clear. There's not that many hardcore gooner, giga freaks, really. As like a population, they're not that many. And you can see this evidenced in like Nux's community and in the people that interact with his content. It's not like a bunch of fucking turbo pedophiles. It is teenagers. It is like 15-year-old guys who see a character that they know from an anime, a game, a TV show, depicted in a sexual way with a shocked anime guy reaction face next to it in a thumbnail, and they see featuring Moist Critical or featuring Mutahar or featuring Turkey Tom, and then they click it. It is targeted specifically towards that demographic. It is not, Nox's content is not targeted at the 40-year-old neckbeard gooner with the 100 waifu body pillows. It is targeted at teenagers.
People have downloaded that. People have saved that. They're going to clip it out of context. They're going to spin their own fucking story.
I'm a pragmatic individual, okay?
Uh-huh.
The way
what do you mean? Well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it was meant for teens, but ended up grabbing the attention freaks anyways. No, not to a significant extent. Like, what the freak population of Nux's audience is like probably 10, 15. 20 maybe percent, and then the rest of it is going to be like 15 to 21-year-old guys, or maybe even younger, like 13 to 21, that sort of age bracket. It's not going to be like giga freaks. It's just like fucking horny, sort of like a pubescent to post-pubescent guys who notice anime characters that they recognize and click the videos. That is just obviously what's happening. People have this like fucking delusion that it's only freaks online that are looking at hentai or whatever. It's not. It's fucking it's like cartoon porn. It appeals to fucking teenagers.
See, this shit is okay. It's done. It's in the past. Now what? So from the perspective,
you're like a complete you're like so naive and fucking stupid, and probably like trying to cover for yourself, frankly, if you act like teenagers do not watch hentai en masse.
Someone that has already dropped the Mutahar Nux hit piece video, whatever. He took it down. He apologized. What else is he supposed to do?
Make another fucking video. I firmly believe. Listen, I firmly believe that if you drag this into the public perception, if you bring your community into it,
every single one of the 796k subs on the Nux and Nod channel is actually just Rev Says Desu. It's actually purely. This is a channel that is it's actually a simulation, entirely constructed by Rev Says Desu. Nux has never had a fan base. It's Rev Says Desu with almost 800k alt accounts, leaving comments to try and simulate the effects of a fan base. And Nux is just like a rat in a cage, like a Truman Show, running around and performing a personal show for Rev Says Desu.
Shot, then you need to grow a pair and then do the resolution video. They're definitely, Mutahar should say, hey, Nux, would you like to come on my channel? I would like to talk about this. Like, what I did was really wrong. I shouldn't have did that. I want to show to my community that this is getting resolved, and I would like it if you were there. And then it's on you if you say yes or no at the end of the day. But I'm a big proprietor of step one. All this shit should have been solved like adults privately to begin with. But the moment that you decide to make a huge ass fucking video and release it into the world, which people will download, people will save, they're going to clip out of context.
Full
the damage is done.
He uploaded the video, I downloaded it because I thought he would delete it.
Yeah, like the damage is done, and you're not the only one. Like, damage is done. He needs to now not just push this under the rug. He needs to be an adult and take responsibility for the role he played in this, and he needs to have an adult conversation now publicly, because he made the problem public to begin with, publicly, to at least show his community.
You're arguing morals here, okay?
Yes, I fucking am.
I argue that there's something. Let me try to put this into another perspective, okay? Again, I do think that definitely that would be very cool and pog and appreciated and all that thing. As an outside perspective, and I'm glad you brought that up because I'm sure comments are going to be saying this anyway, so I'm glad that I can talk about it. From the outside perspective,
you're welcome.
Why
I'm amazing.
Think that. But the way I always viewed like these internet beefs, I always viewed them much more personal. Yes, they're public and ugly, but they're also very personal. And
well, yeah.
I personally,
that's part of the problem.
I personally am not demanding that. So
of course you're not demanding that.
Necessarily need that. If I apologize to someone privately and they accept my apology, I don't know if I need to do a public flagellation if they don't want me to or expect me to.
Well, yeah, but still him, even, like I said though, him offering it to you and you saying no is a whole other like thing. That's like fine because like you can have those feelings and everything like that, but
this is going to be, whatever. The more it's dragged out, the worse it'll be for Muta, and that's sucks. Again, I've moved away from a lot of collabs because I personally don't like when my friends get hate because of
I know.
It sucks.
Guys,
it's really annoying. I don't mind when people shit on me, dude. Like the Jaden Animation stuff is hilarious. That, oh god, he reacted to Jaden Animation's video? He's parasocial. Yep. Dude, that shit's awesome. Okay? That's hilarious. Okay, so I gave you this analogy. I'll say this too. Like where my headspace was at with like this kind of thing. Okay, so
this is actually fucking. I genuinely don't know how much I'm gonna watch this for. This is actually fucking terrible.
So I was in Israel, and
so fucking bad.
I opened my phone and I'm looking at like the Jaden Animations cancellation tweets. Nux reacted to Jaden Animations video. He's parasocial and probably a stalker, right? Like 100,000 likes, and I'm like, oh shit. And then a siren goes off that a missile is coming, and I have 60 seconds to get the bomb shelter. And I go to the shelter. And while I'm in there, I open my phone, and my phone was on the Jaden post. And I was like, this does not matter. I was like, wow.
Yeah, he does like the Hassan thing, even for the Jaden Animation stuff. The complaints usually, as far as I am aware, I don't know if I've talked about the Jaden Animation stuff crazy at length, But the complaint is usually about how Jaden Animations is apparently asexual and doesn't like people lewding her character. Yeah, Nox constantly puts out videos of like her character in sexual situations and implying that he's in sexual situations with her. Right? Isn't that usually the complaint? Not really a complaint I care about, to be honest. But as far as I recall, that's what the complaint is, right? Well, I mean, she has the right to say she doesn't like it, but no one has to respect that.
The most irrelevant shit in the universe.
Well, look at that.
It really puts things into perspective. And not get into too many details.
And pending death will do that.
I do appreciate my audience a lot, the people that watch my videos. I appreciate my friends, I appreciate my family, I appreciate like the people that are important in my life. These are the people whose opinions about you matter. The random guy on the internet that calls you a pedophile, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm saying, that's why I take my stance.
By the way, Mutahar is a friend of mine.
That's my point. Mutahar is your friend, and that's why I take my stance.
And I know he felt really pressured into publicly burning this bridge, but he's a friend of mine, and I don't want to add burden onto my friend's shoulders.
Yeah, and literally community, like, Nux literally had a conversation with me regarding the podcast. Like, he gave me a full-blown speech about, like, being, like, to help me understand, quote-unquote, like, what it might be like collaborating with you. Like, you care a lot about your friends and, like, their well-being and stuff, and I respect that. I really do. But I also think, like, it's not okay for people to do this to you either. Like,
well, that doesn't mean two wrongs don't make a right. I do,
Dude, I hate this parasociality shit where they go on about how, oh, we're all just such good friends, we're such good friends. It's clearly that it's like designed to rope the audience in, and it creates such an awful environment where it's like, the fans will be like, oh, they just try to be a good friend. They just try to be a good friend and won't engage with the substance of the criticisms. It's like no one cares if you're friends. If you take strong positions and advocate for strong positions publicly, and then you're seen to be doing things that betray those principles, that is worthy of criticism. No one cares how good of a friend you are.
Oh, I mean,
to exist in this world. I love me some chaos and I love me some justice. I love me some good.
Well, no one should care.
But when I see someone else wrong, I want things to work out so that it makes it right for them. When I am wronged, if I am satisfied, I don't need any flagellation going on anywhere else. Right? Yeah, but like if someone wrongs me and I don't feel and I fucking want them to burn for it, like I'm gonna laugh when they have a downfall. But when someone wrongs me and they for whatever reason, I don't know what kind of mental gymnastics went into making that video, but I obviously don't want any harm or hate or anything to go in Muda's way.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And, you know, the reality is this video is definitely more. It was a 38-minute hit piece on me, and it did more damage to Muda than it ever could to me.
Did it though?
Yes, it did. Yeah, 100% did.
Okay.
Because
I'll take it with that.
People looking at the situation, they're gonna be like, "Why did he make this video?"
Yeah, I mean that's true because it was terrible and retarded, and he's taken strong stances that he didn't back up in that video, and it just showed him to be a completely embarrassing, unintelligent, unprincipled fucking idiot. It showed Mutahar to be what anyone who actually bothered to watch his content knew he was for a long time.
And
oh, I'm sure a lot, dude. Like I said, his comment section pretty much embodied pretty much everything I've said so far. Like, it didn't need to be public. Why was it public? He's literally backstabbing his friend over a Reddit comment. Like, everybody in the comments said literally why I'm upset too. Like, and it's just.
So that said, I do think that it definitely did more damage to him than it did to me. So why should I sit here and expect more retribution and shit?
It's not about retribution. Like, that's the thing. It's taking responsibility. And I think that's a thing that a lot of content creators love to skip out on because they think a simple fucking apology, text message, tweet.
Okay, I agree with him here. Muta should take responsibility. Muta should take some accountability. Muta should come out and say what he does and doesn't believe in that video. Absolutely, I agree.
Is enough. Like, again, I said, people should be adults and just talk about this shit in a private setting, a fucking phone call, all right? It shouldn't be that complicated. But people get it, like, content creators get it in their head to bring it out into the public. The moment you bring it out into the public, you need to take...
These things happened publicly. They should be discussed publicly.
Responsibility if you fucking backpedal.
On principle, I agree with you. I really do. I swear, I agree with you. And this is the logic I would use as an outside commentator. But when I was the one that was in this position, and I am someone that's wronged, I feel like it's fair for me to decide how it should be made right.
Well, but again, listen,
I'm public ukulele apology.
I know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go and like demand an apology or anything. Nux, you would never do that.
I don't want an apology.
That's what I'm saying.
I got the private one. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
I recognize that not everyone is as cynical and stoic as me when it comes to random bullshit online. I'm much more into the personal shit than the online shit. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't have any massive behind the scenes dramas for the most part, brewing and shit like that.
I am his massive behind the scenes drama.
You're gonna be such a headache in a couple of years and stabbing back.
Oh, but it will be a legendary stabbing in the back. People don't speak of it for eons after the fact.
Yeah. And look,
there might be a Hollywood movie.
Decisions that I am not proud of. I think everyone does.
Of course.
And we do our best to move forward. We can keep digging up 3-year-old dramas, or we could have fun on the internet, make fun of other idiots instead of ourselves.
Yeah. Listen,
I'm not trying to win this debate with you because I don't think this is a debate per se.
No, it's not a debate.
You're coming at this from the perspective of an onlooker. I'm coming at this from a perspective of a friend of somebody in a really bad headspace right now, and that is moving.
This is more like
headspace for a good couple hours. I was doing all worse things, but right now I'm okay, and I don't think this is as okay. And
this is how the hierarchy is working. This is how the hierarchy is working. You are looking at this as Muda is your friend. You care about him. You've always cared a lot about people, like your friends around you, and how your reputation could hit them. I know, because I'm probably one of the newer quote unquote friends in your like friend circle, and I know from just personal experience how many times you've just talked to me to try to like forewarn me, and I was like, oh, you sweet summer child, I played COD mod lobbies, like, oh, you're cute, but like, so I know you care a lot about your friends, and you're like how you're very self-aware. here's the other thing. I'm coming at this not from just purely an outsider looking in, but I'm coming at this from your friend. I get it. I do. You're Mutahar's friend, but I'm your friend. And what Mutahar did was brutal. So I'm worried about you. Of course I'm worried about you. I care about you, and you care about Mutahar. So I'm like,
send me an email.
Yes, like, don't worry. I did send you the text message, but like. So like, no, this isn't a debate. This isn't me trying to bastardize Mutahar because I still want you to be like, I still want you to care about your friend and everything. And this is not me trying to tell the internet to rise up a fucking pitchfork and do any crazy attacks or anything. Like, I thought Mutahar was a cool person. As you know, I was trying to blackmail you to get onto freaking Some Ordinary podcast because I thought like the dynamic between you and
by the way, another bombshell. Speaking of the Some Ordinary podcast, and I've been silent about this for unironically months. The Some Ordinary podcast ended because of a ownership dispute between Muta and a management company. That is why he did talk about that in his new video, in his Nuts Hit piece. He brought that up. I never said it because I didn't want to smear Muta. I didn't want to smear the fucking company they worked with. I didn't want to smear anybody. I was literally not talking about it. But the result of that was people thinking that the podcast was shut down purely because I had a connection with Shadman. I was so thrown under the bus for that as well. And I didn't talk about it because, well, what am I going to say? I didn't want to throw anyone else under the bus because of the dispute shit.
So, okay, here it is. Here it is. He's claiming, okay, who's got the clips? Has Nicaragos got the clips of Nox talking about Shadman? Is anyone around who's got these clips ready? I'm saying, I literally just replied to a comment that was saying that I misrepresented Nox on Shadman. So have we got these clips handy? Showing what his actual relationship with Shadman was like. Okay, I've got two clips from Nicaragos' Twitter here.
These tweets. Aside from not knowing the extent of his shit then, meaning I didn't know about the Keemstar daughter shit, I'd collab with all kinds of scum. Most of my collabs are trolling, and I was gonna grill him. I'd interview EDP. I've never commissioned, promoted, been friends with him. I legitimately was gonna grill the guy. If you've seen my collabs. Dude, I spoke to Shadman once. It was the...
So if you've seen his collabs, you know he wasn't gonna grill him. His collabs are shit like, ha ha ha, isn't your voice acting this bad? Ha ha ha, oh, we're friends. And then they shout each other out at the end and they're totally chill. That's what all these trolling collabs he cited were.
Was gonna grill the guy. If you've seen my collabs. Dude, I spoke to Shadman once. It was the weirdest interaction of my life. Like, that dude... Let me actually open up the DMs. Let me see if I can find anything funny he said. Oh my god, I can't even read you most of this. I can't even, oh my god, I literally can't read any of this to you. I really want to show them to you, but I don't want to, like, show you anything that I can't reveal. Like, I don't want to actually get him in trouble. It's just like, yikes.
I don't want to actually get him in trouble. It's just like, yikes.
I legitimately was gonna grill the guy. If you've seen my collabs.
So he's saying he doesn't want to get Shadman in trouble. He's not releasing things that Shadman said to him because he doesn't want to get Shadman in trouble.
This video where I catfished predators on Discord. It was awful. But anyway, he's like, I don't like that. Like,
I have 5 full Arc Gyarados in pocket. Dude, it's over for you.
He didn't like that I was catfishing predators on Discord. I thought this was one of the wildest, like, self-reports I've ever seen in my entire life. It was wild. Oh god, this...
I don't want to actually get him in trouble. It's just like, yikes.
That's one.
So much more. Like, I knew about the lolly stuff.
What's this one?
Knew about the lolly stuff and some of his art, like the bestiality with fictional children, etc. Definitely enough to grill the guy. Holy shit, there is so much more. Like, there is so much more than just that. That is the worst, and that would have been the hard cutoff for me to not even respond to the guy, probably. But I legitimately was gonna grill the guy.
Yeah, was it? Look at that one.
God damn it. But she's sitting here.
Dude, like, look at the shit.
Yeah, was it? Look at that one.
God damn
Look
it.
at the shit he's showing. Dude, what? I don't even know how much I can show.
You want? Do you read? Do you even want?
This is the one. This is the raped by monkeys one, isn't it?
Monkey comes out and starts.
That's a lot of monkey hands. Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
That is a lot of monkey.
Oh my god, look at that face. Oh my god.
That's like a new definition of ugly bastard.
And now we get to the plot, okay? Where she...
This is a comic of a lolly being raped by a pack of monkeys, okay?
Says, you reek. Do you even wash yourself? Pathetic. Anyway, she ends up having an epiphany that in order to survive, she must drink fluids. So she proceeds to drink
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's why she's like, go as much as you want because
you can dish out there. Okay.
Yeah, she needs to drink it to survive. This is survival instincts kicking in. So then, boom, they were in fact not in the forest. She was in fact with the monkeys in a zoo in front of a whole bunch of people.
That's unfortunate.
Which is
and like, everyone's just
the
watching.
Realization on her face as they're all just like,
wow.
So
a crowd of people. No, an audience? Is this a zoo? They saw all of it? The mating act. This is so cursed.
Oh,
like, look at this. This is the worst image in the history of
Why would the monkey bring it up? That's so weird.
They're watching me have sex with a monkey, and then the woman that works.
Oh yeah, this is how white people who think this is akin to child porn react to
for
it,
the
right?
Bonobo friendship show.
Oh, they're bonobos.
The Bonobo's new friend Honoko-chan will also be making an appearance. Everyone, call Honoko-chan as loudly as you can. So everyone's like, obviously they want to see the friendship show. So she pushes the shock collar that she happens to be wearing.
Oh, they put her on a shot? What the fuck?
To force her to do the friendship show.
Oh, God. So she's a slave.
So yeah, if you think this content is bad and has a negative impact on the world, I don't know how you can justify this content targeted to teenagers with YouTube collabs and all this fucking shit going out onto an open platform accessible to anyone aged 13 and up. I don't know how you can pretend this is acceptable if you have a position against Lolicon. It makes no sense.
Friendship thing. So I didn't bring anything up, and it ended up months of that festering. You know, Muta said one thing, and he said the other thing. He did come out to say that is not true, but like again, I feel very quick to be thrown under the bus for things.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly like that's what's pissing me off because like
I've been thrown under the bus before.
That doesn't make any time okay. Like you're a human being. Like, and here's the thing that also irks me so fucking much. And again, I don't know fucking Mutahar's life. Like, I have legitimately, because I can usually rationalize stuff and I don't usually get extremely emotional, I've usually become the object of people's backlash, like my friends' backlash, when they're having a really bad day or a really bad week. It's very easy to backlash on me because I'm very much like, yep, tell me how you feel, like, what's up? Like, and they can let it all out, they can all vent it, and they know that, like, the next day I'm like, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, like, blah, 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 and I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, whatever, let's play a video game. Like, it doesn't matter.
That's why I picked you to be the co-host of this weekly rant session.
Yeah, I know, it's therapy at this point.
True,
but,
true.
Like, what seriously irks me, though, Mutahar, if you're watching this, something that bothers me about what you did, too, is you completely disregarded the idea that when you were enduring your online hate, you literally made it sound like Nux doesn't endure hate. Like, do you not listen to him? Do you not, like, obviously you don't pay attention to his content, you made that clear in your video. Nux gets a tremendous amount of hate, and a lot of that hate can be easily resolved if Nux didn't care about his friends. Like, you keep so much close to your vest. Trust me, internet, I've tried to pry into all kinds of the Nux drama.
What hate does Nux get based on the actions of his friends? All the hate I see Nux get is purely about him.
I have wanted all the private details.
A much bigger channel than me, which on one end is really scary because I thought my career might have been over. I saw that video drop, I thought I might not have a job. That was something else that I thought at the time. That was a little stressful. But so when that happened, that was crazy. But also, Luda's much bigger than me. He gets a lot more hate than I do. That's just, I mean, or at least proportionally speaking, that would be true. Yeah. I do think I get a very disproportionate amount of hate for my size. Like, I think I have more haters than fans, honestly, because I fucking annoy them so much. But you
also have like
to be taken out of context. You know?
You have like on the flip side though, you have like okay, close your ears comment section. I don't need you guys thinking that I have like a fucking heart or anything. Like, but your community is probably one of the most chill communities. Like your core community,
Dude,
I don't ever see them, regardless of all the like hate and stuff. Usually, like when you see somebody getting hate, like the community is like compelled to like go to war and all this other stuff. Like your community is some of the most chill people, where they're just like, we don't want to hate on behalf of Nux.
They're so fucking good. They're so good. Like you don't understand how easily they roll with the punches. Like when I get canceled for that Jaden thing, like he reacted to Jaden Animations video. He's a stalker. Like my community just started making memes about it, just being like, very excited for the next video where Nux and Jaden tackle a specific topic. Did Nux and Jaden just finish going to the bathroom? Like they're gonna, fucking. Those are the jokes that they start making. Yeah, like they play into the fucking memes of it all.
And not in any, and it's amazing because it's like in not any malicious kind of way or anything. They just literally roll with the punches. They have a good time with it. Like it's not.
They disagree with me. They're not, at least from my perspective.
Well, don't give them too much free will. Yeah, don't give them too much.
I don't want them to disagree with me. I want them to be good little tyrannid soldiers, but unfortunately,
there you go.
No. But honestly, and I love this. People do reach out to me every once in a while. Like my mods, they'll say that we noticed that like this we don't agree necessarily, and I'm like, I hear, this is my point. And they're like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Like I literally had this conversation with someone yesterday. Where, but whatever. So I'm very, I really am grateful for my community, and I think
but it was a kind of shredding that was very, very good because it wasn't just like bastardizing him for the sake of bastardizing him.
A lot of the comment section calling him a pedo Nazi, right?
Yeah, they literally
were like, it was very, I think, rational criticism in general.
Yeah, they were. It was criticism that stemmed from like actually being concerned. Like literally, when you see somebody do something like that, you're like, hey, dude, like you crossed the line. Like it's kind of what I would expect out of my friends, right? Like I'm unhinged, I'm batshit crazy. Like the whole politicalness.
Unhinged.
Yeah, I would sometimes, once a week at least. And like, but it is that kind of like reaction I would expect out of like my friends or something, where when I do really, really cross the line, like even for me, they say, hey, listen, like come back to us. Like come, like you really cross the line. And you know, that's what I want to build my community to be like too. Like obviously I like focus on horror gaming and all that other stuff, but I would love to have a community that, you know, we can have fun, we can roll with the punches, because I'm sure people are gonna hate me. Like it's not a big deal in my book, and I don't want my community to be upset or anything over that, but I do want them to hold me accountable too. Like if I, you know, do something really fucking stupid, I want them to, you know, feel like they can have a voice and being like, yeah, you know, you really, you know, when I inevitably backstab you, I would like them to be like, either I would either like them to be like, damn, that was a AAA movie right there, or, you know, hey, maybe you should reel it back, like that was a little too psychotic, you know.
So I think is like, I know that we're discussing this, basically we were scheduled to record this like right after this all happened. I'm sure that all the commentary channels are gonna go like make their rounds with this shit. Probably gonna flame both of us, to be honest, because that's
probably
par for the course, I suppose.
Well, anybody, as you're flaming me, I'd like you to know that I do horror gaming over at my YouTube channel.
No, so anybody who's me and Muta. Like, that's what I meant.
Oh, my bad. Oh, that was kind of narcissistic of me, wasn't
it? But to be honest, whatever. I just like, it's sad because I'm not planning on making this whole big debunking video for different claims. I know people are gonna take Muta's things about like the Tiger situation, the Shadman situation, like at face value, which I don't blame them for. Muta normally very much has his ducks in a row, but like these situations were not told honestly and fairly.
Oh, they weren't even like, dude, like, you know, one thing I I liked about
the way it made it seem like Shadman said it's a little too middle school in like his response to somebody tagging me, and it made it look like too middle school was talking about children in his fucking porn. Right? Middle school, that sounds pretty bad. But in actuality, I was too middle school for Shadman, which is why Shadman didn't want to like collab with me.
He was like taking a jab at your mentality or your like maturity level.
Like there were just so many like, little things that I could sit here and point out and talk about. Like as I watched the video, I was right. I didn't want to watch it more than once. So as I watched it, I wrote down notes on basically everything that I would disagree with, like as it goes. Like so if I ever need to make like this big response video, but I don't plan on doing something like that, and I really hope that my audience doesn't take this because I need to talk about it because like let's be real here, this is a big situation that people want to know. Dude, my fucking comments and chat and messages and emails are all asking me to cover this stuff. I can't just make believe it didn't happen, but simultaneously I don't want
I'm sure you have a lot of friends too that are. I mean, I know I was like
friends reach out to me. I can talk to them in private. It's not a big deal.
That's true.
But there are people that watch me and hear me talk about things. I'm gonna make 10 videos on Mr. Beast. I'm gonna make a fucking video talking about myself when I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And you shouldn't have to, because you don't want to like constantly like have to keep reliving it over and over again either.
I don't feel so. Here's the thing, and I told
shut up.
You are not.
Dude, I hate this girl so much.
So desensitized, where like I would prefer to focus on all the good things, like all the good people, all the people that show up. It's one of the reasons why I avoid X.
I do that. I have a good time. I've left Twitter for a while ago. I basically
great choice.
I sometimes go on there if I need to look up specific things. Like
I literally get like my talent manager will literally have to like link me stuff because he knows I'm not looking at Twitter.
Dude, look at this, man. 100k views on the podcast and she can't break 1k. 100k views on the podcast and her main channel can't break 1k. Oh, I hate it. I hate seeing these people fail. Like, huge opportunities and they're just failing and failing because they suck.
I tell my community every single day, I'm like, if you want to get my attention, the best thing you can do is show up in my my stream.
Like I was on stream and I mentioned that Hassan said that baby settlers are valid military targets. Okay, so Hassan said that, and someone was like, Hassan didn't say that. So then you just go on Twitter and you type in Hassan baby settlers, and then the clip just shows up. Like that's what I use Twitter for.
Yeah, look, so Box, there is actually currently a dono goal to keep me streaming instead of ending to go and play Marvel Rivals because I'm desperate to go and play the latest hit video game from Nexon called Marvel Rivals, which is just released. It's now playable. I'm just sitting here thinking about, all I can think in my head is just, God, I want to go play fucking Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Because the best one is a good compilation of all those fucked up shit in the universe. It's Twitter.
It's definitely Twitter. Yeah, it's just like, but like, and just, I don't know, man, I just would rather focus on, but it's something that's extremely common though, where I do see that where people have these great communities that are always showing up for them, and then like, it's like the few people that are talking shit seem to cause these kind of situations. Mutahar obviously has 3-point-some fucking million people, subscribers, and it's some Redditor that was the domino effects. Like, I don't know. Like,
well, it was a culmination of, I guess, a while of people telling him things about associating with me, and it painted him in his perspective of me in a warped light, I think. And I'm glad I got to talk to him now, and I think we do see eye to eye on things, which is nice. And I don't want any hate to go.
POE's out like tomorrow, I think.
His way or my way, I guess. But
yeah, like nobody legitimately wants hate. Like, do we all? Well, okay. You're right. I shouldn't use the word nobody.
It depends where they hate something, okay?
I think the vast majority of people who are just trying to live their day to day.
Yeah. I think it'll be 6 p.m. UK time for the Steam. You know, when Steam updates.
Are fed up with the hate, man. Like,
true, but you just gotta keep seeing it. It's everywhere. Like, how are you gonna turn off the hate? It's the only thing that trends, literally everywhere.
Turn off fucking social media. Who cares if it trends? Like, what is this thing about trending, dude? Like, who cares?
I don't care about trend. I mean, just it's the top of your Twitter feed or your Reddit thing or whatever.
Yeah,
it's everywhere, especially like, with politics and with wars going on in the world, with the war in Israel and with the war in Ukraine, and there are more wars. There's a civil war in Syria, and then there's a war in Yemen, and there's a war in the Congo. Like these things are all going up. You can't pay attention because there's other wars that you need to think about first, right? The divide in America, in the country, in the politics, right? Canada is in like a bit of a shithole right now when it comes to.
The thing is about PoE 2 is it's only going to have half the campaign, right? The early access version only has half the campaign. It's like Act 1, 2, and 3, and then you redo Act 1, 2, and 3. But it's not going to have Act 4, 5, and 6.
Like housing markets and shit. You know, like it's everywhere. Like it's just there's so much shitty things that happen. I think it really just keeps sucking people into new shitholes to look at.
I guess draining people. Yeah.
And that's why I personally have decided to, kind of divert my content into more, look, there's shit happening. You can either cry about it or you can laugh about it. And I'm trying to make you laugh about it. And I just poke fun at all the weird chaos that happens in the world. That's kind of been my content direction lately. And I've been enjoying doing lore dives, looking into good stories and good things. I feel like that content is more like personal. It's for me. It's like what I like to do. But that's on the channel and Taku. And
would you say that?
On the second channel.
Would you say that Hermes had a influence in you going back into lore diving?
Okay, I'm completely sick of this. This is fucking insufferable. I hate these people. POE Path of Exile 2. I hate these people. It's insufferable. I can't do this anymore. Okay?